Most of us do not know how to conduct ourselves in a relationship because we are too busy fighting off the demons of what we saw our parents do or the people who raised us do. We're so busy fighting off those. I'm going to say this and then I ain't going to say nothing else. Here's a good example. When I was coming up, I saw the women that I loved, the women in my life, my mother, my grandmother, my aunts. I saw them be abused. I saw folk didn't treat them right. I saw men staying out all night, doing anytime and coming back home whenever they were good and ready. They would stay the whole weekend. They would put their hands on them. They would talk to them any kind of way. Stomping. I saw my grandfather. I heard about my grandfather. I didn't see it. I heard about how my grandfather stomped my grandmother's hats. My grandmother used to make church hats, and how he stomped her church hats in the floor and just threw them, all her church hats that she had made for people, threw them in the floor and just stomped them. Got drunk and just stomped them. Huh? So we don't know how to conduct, most of us. I ain't saying all of us. If this don't apply to you, I ain't talking to you. Most of us don't know how to conduct ourselves in a relationship. We know how to be nice. We know how to be kind. We know how to do enough to get what we want. But for the most part, we don't know how to conduct ourselves in a relationship. Listen, we winging it. Huh? We're basing it on how we feel about that person at that time. That's what we're doing. We're basing it on how much we love that person. If we love them a whole lot, we just about do anything for them. If we like them and we can do without them, we take them for granted a little bit, huh? So we don't know how, and that's all of us. That ain't black, that ain't white, that ain't Asian, that ain't nothing. That's all of us, huh? All of us are trying to mimic something and then come up with a little bit more of our own. Huh? I had the last person I dated, all he ever told me, well, every time I turn around, he in my face telling me, I want a relationship. My parents been married for over 30, 40 some years, and 60 some years, I think it was. And I want a relationship just like that. Man, you don't know what them people went through. And some of the stories that you told me that they went through, I don't know if I would have lasted. But people are so busy trying to mimic things that don't even apply to them. That ain't your relationship. That ain't, listen, what you might put up with somebody else won't. That's why a whole lot of us are single. You know why a whole lot of us are single? Because we woke the hell up. That's why a whole lot of us are single. Some people refuse to be single. And ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't taking nothing from nobody who refused to be single. In fact, I admire it. In fact, I think it's a wonderful thing because you don't need to come out here no way. It's rough out here. But most of us, baby, is winging it and trying to figure it out. And I'm 61. Y'all know I love to tell you my age now. I'm 61 and I'm still figuring it out. Huh? Look here. These relationships, they're not easy. But you can't base your relationship. You can do whatever you want to do, but if I were you, I wouldn't. Because what we're finding is we're so busy in these relationships fighting for respect, fighting for love, fighting for attention, fighting to be heard, not knowing how to listen, huh? You're not knowing how you might hear them, but you ain't listening. So it's a whole lot of conglomerate of things that people are struggling to get through and to figure out in this thing called relationship and love. Huh? And at the very end of the day, what you're doing, most of us are doing, is trying to fight for that thing and fighting against what we saw. Because I know I was. Listen, you can't put your hands on me. You can't put your hands on me, and I know that's why I run. I know that's why I'm a runner. I'm a runner because if you tell me one thing, huh, and you say this is who you are, I'm looking at you. And I want that to be who you are. I ain't saying you perfect, but what you're not going to do is talk to me in a kind of way. What you're not going to do is treat me in a kind of way. I ain't got no sticking power to me. I ain't got no Velcro on me, baby. I don't stick around for foolishness. And I ain't saying it. I've had guys that I've dated. Yeah, but wait, when we break up, get ready to break up. Well, I hope you find that perfect person. No, I really am not looking for that perfect person. But see, I hear what's coming out of your mouth. So I already see that you own some other stuff and you tripping about some other stuff because you can't have me the way you want me. Okay? All right, I want you the way I want you to. But at the end of the day, what you're not going to do is talk to me in a kind of way. And what you're not going to do is put your hands on me. I know why I run. I run because of what I saw. I run because of what I saw when I was coming up. I saw my aunt get abused. I saw my mom be abused. I saw my grandma be abused, talked to any kind of way, treated any kind of way. And then I remember the advice they gave me, encouraging me at 19 years old to get married. At 19 years old to get married because he good looking. Yeah. We did it and we got pregnant before we got married. We did. But we were already talking about marriage. What I knew, what the world did I know at 19 years old? No more than the young lady. Well, these children today, they know a whole lot more than we knew. Okay, and that's good. That's good. That's why so many marriages are less. And I'm not speaking against marriage. Nobody loves love more than I do. Nobody values being in a relationship more than I do. Nobody. But at the end of the day, that's a lot of our problems. A lot of us are in these relationships, and baby, we are winging it and bearing it. And most of us don't even know how to conduct ourselves in a relationship. We don't. We're basing how we conduct ourselves on what we saw. Keep it all the way 100 and keep it real. That is the truth. Have an amazing day.